Hey guys, going to talk about where I'm at with my E38. Just got her up, pulled the intake manifold, and I'm starting to work to take the turbos off, disconnect everything. I think I said it before, I'm going with the Terminator X Max, the full-blown kit. I'm ditching all of this crazy wiring in here. I did repin some stuff and do it, but I just did not like it. So I'm going to go back through here and redo a lot of the connectors. I'm going to disconnect everything in this E-box pretty much. Kind of start from my notes and start from scratch, so I'll show that later in another video, probably next week. But right now, just getting her all back apart. Couple things I want to say about the route I chose and how this turned out. Twin turbo's nice, but I don't know. One of the big reasons I went twin turbo on this was because getting exhaust out of it. If you go single turbo, like a big 78 mil turbo, you're gonna have to pack that somewhere in here, presumably here or in that corner there. You might want to actually do it over here to avoid your interlock brake module, which is just right there. Now I've even moved mine over. It looks like it's on it, but there's a couple inches of gap there. So, but getting that out, you really need like a 3.5 inch to 4 inch out to get out the back, and getting that out on the steering side, probably not going to happen, so most likely you're going to want your turbo over here and try and get a 4 inch out, plus a bunch of piping to feed the turbo itself. So that's going to be an issue, and everything. And then you've got some clearance. You might have some room down here to run a pipe around the front, but not that much. So talking about the Terminator X Max, few things that I was a little bit surprised about when I got the box. I got the full box. So I've got the DBW option, I've got the automatic transmission option, all of it. I think it was somewhere around $1,800, which is a lot more than that standard $1,200 kit you have for the drive-by cable manual transmission version. But I do have the display as well. So it is a speed density system, meaning you do not have a MAF sensor. You end up with just the drive-by-wire system, and then you also end up with a sensor on the back of it, which is not in this box. Then I set her right here. So this is the manifold temperature sensor. It's just checking the temperature of the air coming into the manifold. Your Holley intakes don't really have a port, so you have an option back here of, do you want to have the brake booster port, or do you want to have this sensor? Or you're going to have to drill another hole, which is where I'm at. I'm going to have to drill a hole and thread it, because there's just nowhere to plug it in. So factor that in. Another thing is the throttle body on it. You need a Gen 4 throttle body with a 6-pin. If you're using the older 3-bolt truck one with the 8-pin connector, you're going to have to get rid of that and switch over to this. Not too much of a problem, but if you are keeping your truck water pump, and using a low plenum like this, that motor boss on there might end up hitting the outlet on your truck water pump. So take that into consideration when you're going with DBW. Another factor with the drive-by-wire DBW conversion is that you will need the 6-pin car pedal. You're going to have to buy one of these. If you had the older truck pedal and you had that installed in there, then tough luck. You're going to have to rip it out, put one of these in. So that was another surprise with the harness. Let's see what else. So I've got the full wiring, everything. There's all your drive-by-wire additional harness there. It's got one of your red wires, I think, for your brake signal. And then this plugs in and all that. It's an addition. Another thing about this that I also was not that keen on, and why you might want to go single turbo, is that this kit only comes with one oxygen sensor. It is a wideband O2 sensor, which is nice. That's some really fancy stuff. But that sensor, the problem with that is that if you're twin turbo, where are you going to put the second sensor? So your other option is, and Holley actually sells an extension harness for the wideband O2 sensor. You could actually put all the way in the back where the two pipes come back together, if you've got your system connected together, and take your reading there. I personally think it would be really nice to not have to just choose one bank, because if you lean out on one bank or even a cylinder, and that's not the cylinder being monitored, then you're not going to be having much of a fun time, especially if you're going high boost. You could melt stuff at that point. So something to think about there, why you might want to go single turbo yet again. So there's that. A couple little side notes. Your alternator, mine's way down there. That's not tied into the Terminator kit at all. That's a separate deal. You're going to have to supply the wiring for that, which is the wiring from your truck harness or car harness, whatever. And also the neutral safety switch on the side of the transmission, that also does not come with the Holley kit. You're going to have that too for your automatic, and that's going to give you your park indication, reverse lights, neutral safety to make sure you don't accidentally start the car in gear or something like that. So all in all, it's a good kit. It'll get you up and running. You can drive your car without having to go to the dyno, though you should. But another also little thing I want to say is that it also does not utilize the knock sensors either, which I was a little surprised with. It's kind of like, hey, can we know if we're knocking and pull timing back? But again, they didn't seem to worry about that. So not knocking the kit, just saying that I would prefer the option to add those items, a second O2 sensor and also knock sensors to the harness. That would be great. So yeah. But in short, I'm going to get all this going, and just figured I'd tell you guys about that. There's some other things too I'll kind of point out later on about sensors and little adapter harnesses and little extra stuff you have to buy from Holley. But that's kind of where I'm at right now.